Welcome to Beyond the Hipther's Huddle, the bi-weekly podcast that explores the latest trends in iGaming, tech, startups, AI, and beyond. Each episode brings expert insights, in-depth analysis, and a few hot takes along the way. From breakthrough innovations to business strategies that drive the industry forward, it's all here. Let's dive in.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again with the Beyond the Hipther Talks Huddle, and with me as always is Mr. Daniel Gunba. Hi Daniel, how are you?
Hi Zoltan, I'm as always perfect and as always excited about the new episode.
All right, it's good to hear that. So guys, I got a haircut. Yeah, I could not take it anymore. That was a test. The time has come to have a change now. So yeah, what you been up to, Daniel, in the meantime with your startups in Estonia?
I mean, a lot of development and a lot of promising startups. We're receiving more and more pitch decks from them. I've been at the event of e-residency, and I believe maybe we will have something as well new with them in a close future, hopefully, because I really want to work with the companies like e-residency. So in terms of the startups, we're getting close to 800, and I believe by the end of March we'll have 800 founders there. So yeah, thinking about grants and some maybe also physical space where startups can work. Not, of course, all 800 at the same time.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Yeah, we published the roadmap on the website, so people can track our progress and what we are doing with the community in general. But yeah, I believe it's more like now not just the community, but kind of VC/community, something like that, because we have already more than 5 investors on board.
All right, so yeah, guys, this is very interesting. Daniel came into this space in Estonia. We've been hosting conferences there for almost, I think now this year is the 7th year. And yeah, he just built a community out of nowhere of now 800 members. I think we reached around 800 people in 7 years.
Okay.
with our conferences. But yeah, well done, man.
Thank you.
Good to see this thing thriving. Maybe we'll stop doing our conference in the Baltic starting next year and help you promote your community, so you get the better traction. Because this is awesome.
Yeah, right now it's 776 people, and I mean, yeah, we have at around approximately 100 people plus every month. This is crazy. I mean, even surprised for myself. But it's funny because I mean, before I was living in Malta and I had my own startup, and I was looking for something like that in Malta, and I moved here because this country is very famous because of the startup ecosystem, and I didn't find the channel the comfortable channel to talk to founders, and basically that's it. So we developed this channel, and I mean, development, it's a huge word because basically I just did the Telegram channel. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool that we are new in Estonia, but already people in Estonia know about us. It's definitely cool.
It's good, and there's, of course, collaboration with the e-residency team, which are awesome, is also a good aspect. Yeah. I remember when I was in Tallinn, when we were hosting Mare Balticum, I was invited to speak at a mini gathering where they also had the e-residency communications manager or something like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have some things to talk about, of course, this week on the Huddle. So, yeah, I saw some articles and, of course, some notification on my Binance account about the MiCA regulation coming into effect. They've been. I think the notification said that starting April 1st or 31st of March, they will not be accepting any USDT TRC20 coins, crypto. For European accounts. I think this is only just for the European accounts because it's the EU regulation. So maybe, Daniel, you can tell us more about this.
Yeah. So as far as I know, basically, Some exchanges, they decided to remove USDT completely, not only TRC20 protocol, but including ERC20. But the thing is that, as I understood, since TRC20 protocol, it's not following all the security measures that's European government expecting. So they decided to restrict it, and every exchange who is basically based in Europe, registered in Europe, they have to remove TRC20 protocol. But what's funny, maybe I missed something about ERC1, but so far from what I saw, a lot of exchanges keeping ERC20 protocol, but some of them completely removing. So for example, crypto exchange Trustly, they are removing USDT completely. But you still can use USDC, for example. But at the same time, Bybit, which is like one of the top like three big crypto exchange, they are okay completely with that. Maybe because their headquarters are in Emirates. We don't know, but still they operate in Europe. So basically, yeah. Also from a couple of our clients in the gambling industry that basically they're asking us to change the wallets everywhere from TRC to ERC protocol, but most of them are still okay to operate with USDT. So yeah, I mean, it's Mika, and every year we have something new. The only question is like, do we really need this? Because they still don't regulate, cold wallets. And as one of my business partner told me a couple of days ago, we were discussing this thing and about crypto, and he's more like old style guy. Like he only trusts in fiat. Everything is like perfectly placed. And he told me like. Yeah, this is how basically the government work, and soon crypto will be like fully regulated everywhere. And I told him like, but what about the cold wallets? They still have those TRC20 protocols, and I don't think they will like ever remove them. So there was no answer on that, but this is changing the market. Even like TRX, which is like a coin for when you pay the gas fee for TRC20 protocols transactions, the price is already like double, increased like twice. And this is really crazy because I mean TRC20 was great. It was slower than ERC, but way cheaper. And now like just this morning, basically, I wanted to make a transaction like $20, and the network fee was $18. So I have to pay $40. Like, why? So yeah.
Yeah, we get to that point which we've been talking about, I think, in our first episode, about how these regulations are completely ruining the purpose of cryptocurrencies. Of course, they governments and the European Union and everywhere have, of course, blamed the anonymous transactions and terrorism, blah blah blah. But basically, they killed the dream. They killed the dream of cryptocurrencies. And yeah, now with this regulation in the EU. Yes, I know we're doing conferences and we're praising regulation if it's done well, but yeah, sometimes I just think about this. There's too much regulation now, especially on this market, which wasn't supposed to be regulated. It was supposed to be, of course, based on trust.
Yeah,
but at least. If you had USDT TRC20, you could just like send it, purchase things with it. Now, if you're in the EU, you don't have access to it anymore.
Right.
So
but I mean,
crazy.
There is a good phrase like the biggest enemy is the one which you don't know. So, and I think it really works here because all these regulations, I mean, Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them. It's just because, let's be honest, it's a big competition of the financial markets. So it's not a secret, and I'm not telling here like some unique stuff right now. We all know that basically crypto is more and more involved in daily use of people around the world, and especially in Europe. This is the place where we can regulate, and then we basically think why we regulated it or how to re-regulate because the first regulation was a bit wrong, for example. The financial departments, they see that, okay, I'm sure they see the curve line, for example, and they see that this curve line is slowly going down, and they can understand simply that it's only because of crypto. People start understanding how to use the crypto, and of course it's changing the whole market. And this is what they can, for example, see from centralized wallets. They can't imagine how, for example, just gamers, like people who have channels on Discord. It's just a messenger, but there is a lot of transactions between cold wallets. Like people do designs for each other's, those gamers community, during NFTs as well. Yes, it was, also through this MetaMask, etc. But how many transactions were behind there in those small communities on Discord where people were trading those NFTs not through OpenSea, for example, or they were trading designs for that, etc. So there is a lot of what's behind, and they just don't know how to deal with it. So the best is that, okay, we see that the most transactions, for example, are on those TRC20. Okay, not secured enough. Please ban it now. That's it.
Yeah, but
I see
they
like
are
this.
also but starting 31st of March, they're also delisting wrapped Bitcoin, PAX Gold, PAX Dollar, and all their derivatives tokens. So it's not going to be something that's going to be very smooth. I'm sure that people are prepared now, already prepared for this, because strange times. What's next? Bitcoin or the Ethereum?
Yeah, I think those two will stay, and it would be weird to ban them. And to me, I don't know, what do you think, Zoltan? But to me, they're basically like that. They're increasing the interest of people, like, to learn how to use cold wallets, which is, I don't think the thing what they want to do, but this is what they're doing. Because
it's strange. It's strange because it was my best guess. It was the pandemic that fueled this type of bullshit, because governments have then seen that they can do what the hell they want. So if they start doing restrictions, people will eventually accept them. So why stop here? Why not control everything? So yeah, I think that there will be a time when we will look back at these episodes where we talked about the listing of USDT, the Tether, and everything. When all cryptocurrencies will be controlled by, of course, regulated by governments, and the dream is gone. The dream is gone. So basically, we gave it up. We never had it, actually. I think Satoshi had it for a while, and that's it. But still, I saw a list that still the owners of the largest Bitcoin funds is still Satoshi.
Of course.
Followed by, I don't know which government or some ETF. But yeah, things have changed.
For sure. Yeah. I'm just like, I was already discussing about this with my colleagues, and the future billion company, like unicorn company, is the one who will make like debit cards for cold crypto wallets, which are not will be attached to MasterCard or Visa, for example. Because of course, right now there are exchanges with Visa and MasterCard, but there's still KYC, so it can't be used for cold wallets. And when I will have something like that, what I can use in the shop for my cold wallet,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, let's also talk about Bybit because you mentioned it about that hack. I think we just like quickly approached it in our last episode about that heist from the North Korean. But guys, I don't believe this.
You
Call
don't
me
believe
skeptical.
that? You don't believe
Call
what
me
exactly?
Call me skeptical, but I don't believe that the North Korean hacking group was behind it.
Okay. Okay. So for those who don't know, basically, Bybit exchange, which is like one of the biggest as well on the market, was hacked, and 1.5 billion of USDT were stolen from users' account. So when I saw this article, the first thing I did, I checked my balance, and thanks God, if the money are there. But yeah.
Yeah, but was it USDT? Because I read it was Ethereum tokens.
Ethereum.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Ethereum. I'm actually checking right now, and yeah, it doesn't say about that right here. Yes, right. You're right. $1.5 billion in Ethereum. Right.
Yeah.
Correct. So basically, somehow hackers hacked the exchange. They managed to steal so much money, and they didn't catch them, which is crazy. And you know what's interesting? While it was happening, like week or 2 weeks ago, you know, when you use the cards for exchanges, you need to prove your like financials and everything. So KYC basically, and they decided to make KYC with me, and they really start checking me. And I don't know why. Maybe there was a lady who wasn't in a mood or something like that. She were asking me same questions, but I mean, I have all papers like, you know, good. There's nothing to hide, all as well. So I provide all the necessary information, and they were asking me more and more information all the time. And sometimes they start repeating, like asking same questions, and they were answering me like, let's say, one email a day in 2 days, something like that. Then they didn't even tell me that if the KYC processes end and they're happy or not. I just see the article that $1.5 billion were stolen, and they disappear. That's it. So no more KYC for me. And I'm like, okay. So what I did, I basically sent them an email myself, like, hey guys, by the way, are you okay there? Like, are we done with the KYC? You need any extra information, or you're busy with your hackers? And they told me like, no, you're fine. Like, thank you for provided information. That's it. But what's funny, after a couple of days, when I saw the article that 1.5 billion were stolen, I saw the Bybit promo where where they put basically casino roulette, and there's like a phrase, spin and rise stronger with Bybit. So complete simple task to win guaranteed prize up to 35,000 USDT. And I'm like, guys, you are not the best exchange to gamble with right now, because people already gambled 1.5 billion. So chill, it's enough.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's strange. And as I wrote on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago about our situation with one of the clients at our, who was interested in buying a ticket for our Prague conference. Mm-hmm. So the guy just like sent the form. I replied back. Then he approached us on our HubSpot chat and asked for, because he wanted to pay with USDT, asked for the wallet ID to make it quicker, to speed up the process. Okay, I sent him the currency exchange, which was 489 USDT for the ticket. Mm-hmm. And instantly the guy sends me, I saw the notification from Binance, and I saw that he sent me a screenshot that he accidentally sent us 4,899 USDT, and I should refund it, and he will make another payment. So I quickly checked this thing, and he actually sent us 4.89 USDTs.
4.89.
Yeah. So he made a screenshot. He erased that part, and if you're not careful,
Yeah.
You can and once I told, oh wait, guy, you just sent us 4.89, and you still need to send us 470. Boom! It vanished. He
Of
like
course.
destroyed the chat and vanished. So the guy was trying to pull a quick one on us. If you weren't paying attention, we'd have refunded him. But yeah, I tell you, I'm surprised at this thing, because I know that I was reading the news about this Lazarus group that were behind the hacking, and yeah, there was some news about them that they also attacked Sony Pictures a while ago, many years ago, and they destroyed some laptops. But this is something like, like science fiction. The world doesn't really communicate with North Korea, right? So,
Yeah.
of course, who can you blame? You can blame them because they probably will not reply and will not say anything. And of course, if they are mentioned that they have done something wrong in the world, they are happy about it. So, yeah, this is the type of things that, like I told you, let's do some regulation around crypto. But yeah, if people are not afraid, of course, why should we? How can we implement it? So now you have this unsafe wallets and unsafe exchanges, and of course somebody hacked it. So we need to do some regulation around them.
Yeah. For me, it's more a question how one of the biggest crypto exchanges can be hacked like this. And it's not like, $100, 1.5 billion. I'm sorry, like it's a lot of money.
Yeah, and this is spread across several wallets, right? So was there one client who had that?
No. It's I read as well that it's basically from a lot of multiple wallets. But what they did now, whenever you want to make a transaction on Bybit, they start asking you, are you sure you want to send to this specific wallet? Yes, I'm sure, but do you think this is like those type of security measures you have to implement? Ask me twice. I already have to put the code from my email. I have to put the code from Google Authenticator, and now you're asking me. So I have 3 steps.
Yeah, and basically this wasn't those steps the guys took when they stole the money. Yeah, that's the funny part of it. You know that you have to introduce this type and 2-factor and 3-factor and 10-factor authentication. But yeah, their backend is not safe, and somebody infiltrates it and just steals the money.
Easy game for them. Yeah. But let's see. I mean, as I understood, they still didn't catch those hackers. So
they never will.
They never will. And I mean, they said it's this Lazarus group, but how they know? Any proofs? Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's maybe it's pressure from Mika and they just make the move.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about a different topic, guys, because Daniel had this idea that we talk also about affiliation, and not just about those big affiliate guys who have several thousands of websites, but let's also talk about the smaller webmasters who are selling traffic. So, Daniel, could you maybe shed light on this? Because I have been out of the affiliate game since 2014.
Right.
I don't know what's going on in there. Who are the big players now? What's happening?
I mean, since gambling is, I would say, it's fast growing, but at the same time, quite stable industry in terms of the names on the market. The big players are still the same.
All right. So nothing changed.
But the thing is that, we talk a lot about people who are have their own affiliate companies or brands, basically casinos, and they're buying traffic, etc. But it's interesting as well to talk about people who are selling these traffic. So where casinos getting this traffic? Because I was quite not surprised, but impressed about the community of, if I may call them community of specifically webmasters who are selling traffic. Because not long ago, I basically start running as well the affiliate company. and we are the guys who are in between. So we are buying traffic, and also we are providing traffic. And the market is so big, and I just realized that sometimes you don't even have to be like a super webmaster. There's a lot of tools as well on the market. Like, for example, I don't know if you mentioned the brands here, but you can put the sound on top of something. So like for example, we tried this propeller ads, for example. Of course, the quality of traffic on each platform is like different and is very debatable. But what I found when I start meeting people, not only at the conferences but during the calls, like imagine there is like 17-year-old guy driving traffic to Brent, receiving transaction 80k USDT for his traffic, and this is only from one casino. And I'm like, man, how? Like you're what? Like you just finished school and you're like driving traffic to casino brands and like making thousands and thousands. This is crazy. And these guys usually they're, you basically you will never know them or like recognize them as a webmaster. It's like just a guy with a backpack and a t-shirt running around in the conference drinking the cocktail, and you will never think you can talk business with this guy because just the way he looks like teenager, a student or something like that. But if you ask him, most probably he's a webmaster. He's super rich, and he knows how to deliver traffic to any casino brands. And this is crazy. There's so many of them there.
I know that I also posted about this on LinkedIn about how people are now like, wow, remembering the old days of the conferences and well, blah blah, the dinosaur days. I remember one thing when we were affiliates, we were like walking around the conference in suits and tie and everything, dressed up, and and I remember a talk with somebody and another affiliate that told me, and this relates to what you said, that only the guys who don't make a lot of money out of affiliation dress up.
Right.
Those who make a lot of money don't care about that anymore. So so that's the type of thing, like you said, backpack, t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Like dress code is changed a lot, and if before you have to show kind of, it's not only about the status of your like financial status or your position in the company. It's more like you're going to like serious official event. You need to follow the dress code and look nice. So stay for 8 hours in the suit, then go to the after party, then remove your shoes and see how your feet are like ultra tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, sneakers, t-shirts. If you wear a blazer, you're good.
I remember that I think it was last year in Tallinn when we were hosting a conference, and it was Saulius, fintech hub, Lithuania. They told us, the audience basically, that it's so happy that our conferences don't have a dress code, because back when he was doing these conferences with the banking people, they were like, everybody, our money, I don't know what, but now you can just like go and still be an important person. And things changed. Of course, there's different times, and it's good. At least it's like changing. That's why we don't have any dress codes at our conferences. Of course, there is one award show now in Prague, which is sponsored by a company who also have asked for a dress code for black tie, but that's not us. But things happened.
Yeah. This culture of suits it's still in Germany for sure. In Frankfurt, for example, like it's a city of banks. When I've been there, like any people around, like you see people around, they're all in suits, and this is like a must outfit they have, I think, like because they're all working financial industry and But this is crazy. I mean, I really like that. Basically, now you don't have to like stay in a suit when you are in a conference, because I mean, look, especially when you are in summer in a country like Malta. I mean, it's more like impossible than needed, because like you have like plus 35 degrees sun and you're in the suit. And then the smell won't be good.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and of course the billionaires that are shaping the world are showing the way, because none of them are actually wearing suits. You don't see
Yeah.
them. Maybe like a formal gathering, like the inauguration of Trump, but otherwise you don't see them. And this is something that we're going to talk about in our next episode with one of the guests, about how some of the people are advocates for these billionaires and like to stick their necks up to them, even though these guys don't even know him or her
Right.
or them, and would not even let them in their house. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining this Beyond the Hypthos Huddle, and we will be back in 2 weeks from now with a special episode. So take good care, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
That's a wrap for this episode of Beyond the Huddle. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music. More insights, expert guests, and deep dives into the latest trends in iGaming, tech, and beyond are coming soon. Stay curious, stay connected, and see you in the next one.